In the early 1930s, Germany faced a huge depression in the economy. Millions were without jobs and poverty was at its peak. The Germans, reminded of their recent defeat in World War I, sought to blame their enemies for the cause of all their troubles. Hitler was elected into power as a savior to the German people. The burning of the books occurred in attempts to rid the Germans of any ideals and/or beliefs opposed to Nazi ideology. This included books that may have been written by Jews, socialists, pacifists, and communists, but also included many more. Hitler saw much potential in the German children. He wanted to get to the minds and hearts of the children, and they were taught to worship Hitler as their savior. They pledged their allegiance to Hitler and his cause daily. Some of the Nazi children were even kidnapped from their own birth parents and families. The Nazis considered themselves to be a superior race and took on the name as the Aryan race. They felt that many other groups such as blacks, homosexuals, and gypsies were a threat to their success and domination. However, they especially feared the Jews and saw them as a huge threat. They believed that the Jews were cunning and deceitful, and that they shouldn't exist because they were only inhabitants of places that belonged to other races and groups of people. The Nuremberg laws were anti-Jewish decrees enacted by Germany on the 15th of September in the year 1935, clarifying racial policy and removing Jewish influences from art and society. The Nazis saw the mentally impaired as a threat to the strength and foundation of the German people. They resorted to methods such as sterilization of the mentally ill so that the chances of offspring with the same disabilities would be less likely. Homosexuality was condemned by the Nazis as they believed that it threatened the growth of the population of the Aryan race, and that it was a learned behavior. Homosexuals, more so men opposed to women, were prosecuted if ever accused of committing the act of having sex with someone of the same sex and are caught in the act of showing sexual affections. The prisoners of the Holocaust were mainly held in concentration camps, where the living conditions were terrible. They were forced to do labor without pay and often starved. Many people died from strenuous work and starvation and disease. In attempts to kill as many of their enemies as possible, the Nazis created extermination camps. Here, they not only gassed their prisoners, but also executed and starved them to death. They also allowed them to die from widespread of disease. The Nazis focused more so on killing a large number of Jews at these extermination camps. Many treasures were found that belonged to the victims of the Holocaust. Many accessories, artifacts, and priceless jewelry were collected from the remains of these people. As the Allies closed in on Hitler and his associates, he realized that his defeat was inevitable. However, Nazis did not believe in surrendering themselves in defeat to their enemies, so Hitler took his own life, ending the Holocaust in World War II on May 8th of 1945. The Holocaust ended, reaching a death rate of approximately 6 million Jews. The total number of victims killed in the Holocaust is at 11 million, 1.1 million of which were children. However, there were many victims saved at the ending of the Holocaust, some of whom are still living today.